Okay, here's the second of our workouts, and excuse me, I think this time I've worked out how you can hear the beeps. So fingers crossed, this works. Make sure you got your water. I've got my coffee this morning, certainly need it. Do your warm up first. Okay, so while I'm having coffee, you go away and do your warm up. Okay, so we'll get started. The second one is another functional workout, not dissimilar to the last one. The main exercises that we all know and love, of course. So off we go. We're starting with deadlifts. We've got 40 seconds on and 20 off. This is your regular deadlifts. Okay, so you can use your heavier weight. I've only left with my 10s and my 3s today, so shoulders back and down, the weights nicely at a sort of 45-degree angle, hinge at the hips, send the bum back, then the knees bend. So as with the RDLs, but adding in a knee bend. If you can think to get your glutes at the bottom, it's quite hard to pull up and power back up. So these are quite heavy. I'm going to put them down, ready for the second set. So we've got 3 sets of each exercise. Of course, you can do it as a circuit if you want. That's up to you. And you can play around with it as always. So hinge at the hip, bend the knees, power up. Nice hinge, straight back, power up. Bottom goes back, knees bend. And I'm trying to mind to muscle, make a connection with those glutes at the bottom before powering up. And you don't get such a stretch on your hamstrings as you do with the RDLs, but great exercise. Works the quads quite a lot. And 20 seconds break. Whew. And we're getting ready for our third set. Go. Beautiful hinge, knees bend. That's it. Lovely straight backs. Shoulders retracted. And power up. This is, as the RDL, wonderful for our lower backs. Strengthening. 3, 2, 1. I'm really hoping that you're hearing the beeps this time. Now we've got sumo squats. You can make this, you can hold weights or make it body weight, but your legs are quite wide, feet facing out. Into sumo squat, roll those shoulders back and down you go. Now, watch that your knees don't fall in. And if they do, don't go down so far. Make it smaller. So when you get more flexible, you can get further down. You can even sort of hang there for a little bit if you like. Really stretching those inner thighs. Yes. Coming up to 5 seconds left. And we're going to do something slightly different for the next one. So as you go down, I want you to lift that one heel up. Ooh, and that's quite hard. Lift the heel up. Makes my knees pop. So lift one heel, down you go. Lift. You can keep the heel raised or drop it down in between. Still watching those knees. So it puts the emphasis slightly differently on the muscles. And as you can see, it gets that calf muscle working too. That's it. Body as upright as possible. You'll find with the sumos, your body can probably be more upright. And you know what's coming for the next one. It will be the other side. Shake it out in between. It's quite a lot of work on those inner thighs, but a good lower body exercise. And ready, off we go. The other side. Lift the heel, go down. And if you're not really familiar with the sumo squat, just do a regular sumo squat 3 times. You can play around with it. Yes. You might find you don't get down quite as low with the heel raised. So just notice what's happening in your body. Your wonderful, strong, wise body. Good. So that's 3 of those. Then we have our lunges. Right, this time you can do your regular lunge. You can hold a chair if you need to, whichever way works for you. I'm going to start with a reverse lunge, and I think I'll hold my 3s. Now, because you're just holding a weight, you can hold a much heavier weight than this. I've sent off all my weights and barbell to that super strong Karen, who's going to be working out along with everybody else over these next 7 weeks while I'm away. So just for a bit of a change, we'll do the next one as a curtsy lunge. So you just make your beautiful curtsy. If you're not familiar with this, take it easy, have a practice. Have a couple of poles if you need for balance. And you're going down as if you are bowing to your adoring audience. But from the side, this looks rather like this. Make sure you don't trip over your weights. It's not very good, is it? And whoa. Let's do another set of those. Just because that was a little bit wobbly. Hopefully you were not as wobbly as me. And shake everything out. You can hold a weight while you do this. It takes away the arms, which means you don't have your arms to help you balance. Now, I want you to be careful to keep the knee above the toe, and my foot is facing forward. And these are our 3 lower body weights today. And with this sort of template of exercises, you can change them around to suit. I'm really hoping that you're hearing the beeper this time. Okay, a little break for coffee, for water. And we have got our upper body back exercises. Oh, so important to stay hydrated. So, upper body back, we're going to be doing Single arm rows, you can use a heavier weight, and we're doing the banded lat pull downs again because they're so good for us. With your single arm rows, you can go quite heavy. You can either have a split stance, so nice and straight from the head down. You can rest your hand on your leg, but don't put pressure on. Lean over a bit and row back. Or if you've got a surface, you can, it's rather like this, is I'm using this as a bench. I can get all the way down with my hip not upturned, my hips straight, and row like this. So up to you, depending on what you've got in your setup. So split stance, excuse me, nose blue. So left or right, up to you where you start. You can do this with you can pack a bag with some cookbooks and have a sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kg bag that you're rowing. So I'm trying to keep my hips straight, pulling back, pause at the top. I'm not lifting my shoulder up. That's staying in place. If your shoulder's coming up, you're not doing it right. So pulling back and try to keep that nice line from the head down the spine. It's bad habit of bending my head forward. So try not to do that. Then shake it out in between. We do the other side. And because we're doing them 3 times, I might mix things up a little bit. So it would be 6 rows altogether. So I think the next row, I'm going to make a wide double-armed row. There, really feel those back muscles work. That top is really good. Okay, so that's going to be 6 altogether. Let's make this one a wide. With the wide row, you hinge at the hips as usual, soft knees, but your arms, my palms are facing backwards, and it's as if I've got oars in my hand and I'm rowing back. And here, it's like my arms are 90-degree angles. So rowing back, back, back. So having the single arm rows in there gives us a nice big upper back workout. Because if my maths is correct, which as most of you know, it's often not, there will be 6 times for the rows. So mixing it up again, let us this time do alternate. Now remember, you're not lifting the shoulders up, you're coming back. It's as if you're rowing across the Irish Sea to Dublin. So row, 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 row. It's a bit harder with one arm because it's unbalanced. So again, that nice unilateral stuff going on and making sure it's coming back, not up, back. So it's towards my hip, back, back. That's it. Channel your inner row. Okay, so now we will throws with a single each side. And that will be our upper body back set row section done. So off we jolly well go. Nice firm stance, rowing up, pause at the top. If you don't find this good for balancing, you can also, if you've got a piece of furniture, I've got my suitcase here, you can lean on the furniture. It could be a table or a sideboard. This takes away the having to balance, hold, hold, but then you have to watch it. So balancing on something is quite a good idea. Take it out in between. The lower body is actually working quite hard, holding you in that stance as well. So although it's an upper body back exercise, you are working the whole body. Make sure my feet are quite wide apart, like a good hip width apart, to give me that solid base if I'm not leaning on something. But do hold on to something if it's easier. Pause, feel those back muscles work. You'll be able to easily identify the arm muscles working. You're working your biceps, your triceps, forearm, your grip strength as well, especially when you get to do it with a heavier weight like this. This is a 10 kg weight. And so it's like you're, which is why packing a bag can be quite useful. Banded pull downs. So we did these last time. With your band, you're imagining it's a bar, shoulders down, pelvis tucked under, pull it down and back. I'm bracing my core as well. I'm engaging my core, but I'm breathing. Don't forget to breathe. So pulling it down and back. And I can, at this point, I can really feel my shoulder blades moving together. Down and back. And you can, this band is actually not a particularly high, so I am holding it much closer together to get that, so I can pull it out as I come down. And I'm keeping it pulled out all the way down. So let us do alternate this time, because it's slightly different, a slightly different feel. So out to the front, up sort of towards the not the skirting board, the opposite, the one at the ceiling. Exercise is so good for your brain and memory. Yeah, imagine how forgetful I'd be if I didn't do this. So again, I'm making sure it's coming back and it's getting my back muscles. Any of those back muscles. And I'm not moving forward with this one. This one is staying. The front one stays where it is as an anchor. Feel those back muscles. Whew. Oh. And the third one will be, I think I've got a bit of hay fever this morning. The third one will be the double again. Excuse me. Gluing my nose. Roll those shoulders back. Get all nice and ready for the last one of this upper body set. Tuck the pelvis under. Engage the core. So our core is working as we're doing this. I'm opening it at the top, actually, bringing it all the way down. Opening, bringing it down. It is actually a bit better with a slightly stronger band. It's a little bit more satisfying. And pause at that point. Feel your shoulder blades move together. 2 and 1. Good. Roll that off. That might make your shoulders ache a little bit. And let's reset that, because coming up, we have our lower body, upper body chest. So we're on the floor for chest press, pullovers, and flies, and we'll do 3 of each. Now, if you want, some of you have done chest presses. I'm going to just use my light ones, I think, for today. So you can go heavier with your chest press. So with your chest press, if you want to, so remember, down from the shoulders, 45 degrees down, 90 degrees angle there, pushing up and controlled back down, perhaps a bit slower coming down. If you want to add a bit of core into that, you can lift yourself into a bridge and try doing it with a bridge. So I think for the chest press, the first one I will do just regular. The second one I will do bridge. And the third one I haven't decided yet. So think about the way you'd like to do them as well, to mix it up. Okay, so the same thing with pullovers. You can go into a bridge with your pullovers too, and with the flies. So that gives a little bit of extra work. So I think I might try my chest press with these. So you might need 2 weights, a heavier and a lighter. Sure you're properly recovered. And we're starting on the floor with a chest press, just a regular chest press. So off we go. And of course, you can always stop and start the recording while you get ready. Oops. Yeah, the decks. I haven't used these for quite a while. I've been mainly using my 8s for this. Ooh. Definitely doable, but I'm having to push back into the floor as I lift them up and slowly down. But there's something very satisfying about doing it with a heavier weight, and that's relative to where you are. So let me scoot down a bit more. I'm going to do this next set. So I'm going up into my bridge. Ooh, that's another thing with heavier weights. Keeping that 90 degrees is a bit harder, and I'm pushing my bottom up. And actually, this is much harder with these weights, with the bridge. So you're hitting everything slightly differently, and you're making it a full body exercise. Whoa. Oh. Oh my goodness, I don't think I could have done another of those. So, the third one, you can do the bridge again. I'm not going to, not with these weights. So I'm going to do, for this third one, I'm going to do alternate. So one arm up at a time. And power up. But you choose what you want to do. Feel your back supported by the floor. Double check. Have you got that 90 degrees there? I just about have. This is going to make me nice and strong for lifting my 22 kg suitcase around if the trains are running. So, next one is Just rest. Pullovers. Okay, lovely pullovers. Such a nice exercise. I might actually. Oops. I'm going to try it with my one weight back over my head. So this would be like I've got 5 kg dumbbells. The 3 really is a little bit light for me for these exercises. 5 is a challenge. It's such a lovely stretch out. It gets your tricep muscles, back of your arms, but also your chest muscles, which is primarily. So the next ones, you could do that again, depending on your weights. I'm going to have 1 stationary and I'm going to go back with 1 with my little light weights. Making the body work one side by itself. You can play around, you can do double again, you can do alternate, you can do double, single, single. There's such a variety. We don't ever need to get bored with these wonderful muscle growing exercises. And a little rest. Oh, and then if you don't like me, it'll be the other side. So 5 seconds to go. Make sure your shoulders are nicely down into the floor. And down, not up above your ears, around your ears. And make that down phase slow, slow, slow. Especially if you've got lighter weights, go slowly, 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 maybe pause, 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 slowly, 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 and power up. Make it really eccentric, slow, slow, pause, pause, pause. And while you're pausing, you should feel that on your tricep muscle and your chest muscles. Actually, that's a nice way of helping you identify making that mind to muscle. Okay, so then we've got flies and lots of different ways of doing them. We'll start with a double. Make sure you've got nice space to open up without having to worry. And out to the side, just check your arms are 45 degrees down from your shoulders. So you're making it target the chest muscles. Pause at the bottom and power back up as you breathe out. Oh, you can pause on the way down. Pause, pause, pause. Feel the chest muscles working. The biceps, triceps. Power back up. To the side. Power up. Such a lovely exercise that it really opens up the chest. And if you sit at the desk a lot, it's a really nice one to do. Just opens everything up. So this time I'm going to be static with one side and the other side is going to come down to the, out we go. Even with this light weight, it makes my body want to turn over, sort of twist. So my core is having to work to stop that twist. Up. Getting the body to work one side on its own without the support of the other, where the stronger side tends to do the most work. And a little rest. And we'll do the other side. And getting ready, in position, arms up, and off we go. Down to the side. Oh, power up. Slowly down, faster up. You can add in any pauses that you want. Even that hovering just before you get to the bottom. See how that feels. So hover just before your elbow kisses the floor. Oh, power up. And power up. Okay. So that's our upper body chest. Yeah, upper body chest. So we've done our lower body, our upper body, back and front, which is great, feels great. And now we just have our core work to do. So, as in the last one, it's 2 exercises, and I've got bridge and mini crunches. And we've got 3 of each. So I think what we'll do today is we'll do 3 of each. So we can try variations on the bridge. I know you might have done some bridging already with your chest exercises, and that's fine. Can't really do too much core work. So, and I put mini crunches in because they're really good to do. You can always do reverse crunches where you bring your knees back up, hands under your bum if you want to do that. Perhaps we'll do one of those as well. So, 3 of each. Just slightly longer time. Get ready on the floor for bridges. Just a regular bridge, 2 feet on the floor. Get those heels as close to the bum as you can. Tilt the pelvis first. Push up, really pushing the bum. Imagine you've got strings there pulling your hip bones up to the ceiling, and slowly down. You can hold a weight on your thighs if you want to make it harder. You can have a cushion or a ball between your knees and be squeezing that as you go up. And you can, at the top, if you've got a ball or a cushion, you can do like 10 squeezes and then come back down. So this next one, you can do it the same or any of the variations. I'm going to do a bridge march. So I lift my, tilt my pelvis and I come up and I march in that up position. And then when that gets a bit hard and I feel like I'm losing it, totally losing it, go back down, tilt again, come up, maybe do a few more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down, tilt and up, 1, 2, 3, 6, and down, tilt and lift it up, march, march, and down. Just hug your knees to your chest just to take the pressure off. And with this last one, hang on, grab a cushion. Or different designs. Cushion, look how gorgeous that is. Go and buy one for Christmas. I'm taking 2 to Australia. And heels back towards your bum. Lift up, squeezing your cushion. And I'm doing a couple of squeezes at the top and coming down. That's better. Up, squeeze, 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 and down. Down a little bit. Now, actually, a ball isn't as beautiful, but a soft ball does work better because there's a little bit more tension on it. But what a beautiful cushion. lovely hearts. Okay, so now we've got mini crunches. You are mini crunch, up, down. Remember, don't lead with your chin, your head. It stays in position on top of your shoulders. I don't know where else it's going to go, but I'm looking up, straight up at the ceiling to help me keep the head back. Chin down, double chins. Love those double chins. Imagine you've got an egg there, you've got to keep it from cracking. So keep head in that position. Woo. Pause at the top and down. Now this time, if you want to, you can do reverse crunches. So I'm popping my hands under my bum and getting my hips up a bit, and I will just go up like so. You can, if you like this exercise, it's quite good to do. Oh, you can straighten the legs a bit more. You can do it without the hands under the bum, because that really does help quite a lot. So you can take them away and you actually have to work that much harder. I'm in a lazy mood today. It's also quite tempting to hyperextend your neck. So keep your chin down if you are doing reverse crunches. If you're not, just go and do the mini crunches again. Ooh. Oh. Quite a challenge. I've obviously got heavy legs and bum. Oh. And then, if my timing is right, this should be the last exercise of the workout, and you will go off and find your. So I'm doing mini crunches again. Remember, you can have your knees up if you want to make it harder, but again, if you've got your knees up, work even harder at not leading with your head. Woo. It makes it quite a lot harder with the knees up. Knees up, knees up. Oh. And then you can drop them whenever it gets too much. Pause at the top. Pause at the top. And let's pause for the last 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Oh. Oh. That felt like a good workout. I think I needed that. I hope you did. So now you will check any notes I've sent you or look back over things for a hit to do, or design one yourself. And if you're doing it with other people, then you can choose amongst you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, and you know you can play around with it all, and I will see you next time. Lots of love and goodbye. Goodbye.